That's Professor Snape, the head of Slytherin House.
What's he take?
Potions. But everyone knows it's the dark arts he fancies. He's been after Quirrell's job for years.
Okay, so I'm going to be showing you just kind of how to make like a TikTok blur fast-paced edit. And I'm just going to be showing I'm in the process of making my own, just because I'm a simp. Anyway, so what I've done is I've gotten raw clips already, movie clips, and I've just placed them in this 900 by 1080 29 FPS like scenario. But one thing I've realised is that I put it in the wrong FPS. So first you need to put it in the FPS that the film was in. So usually it's 23, 24, so I should have done this at the very start, that was my bad. But then afterwards you place your clips where you want them to be. And now, because I've done it afterwards, you can see that there's like a milliframe missing, and that's my fault, so I have to just refix that. Hold on. But what I've basically done is that I haven't cropped the clips like in the correct part. Like you can see it's not in the correct place, and I've done that on purpose, mainly just because I'm literally lazy. So once I've sorted this out, I'll show you what I mean. So once you've placed all of your clips in the marker and you've cropped them to whatever you want to crop, you just hold control to drag it however much you want, and then just make sure there's no like black bars and you're completely fine. Okay, so what I've done is I'm gonna, because the beats are like the same length, I'm just gonna choose like one clip randomly because again they're the same length, so I don't have to worry, but usually just choose your first clip. So go to your first clip or whatever clip you want, and this is where we're just going to do the Twixter. So I'm going to reposition it where I want it to be, which is around here. And then we're just going to get Twixter Pro. You can also use normal Twixter. I don't think it really matters all too much. I'm going to get normal Twixter. Put the settings to 200, FPS to 23.976. There we go. You can do the settings as shown here. And I'm doing it to 200 because it just goes faster that way, but you can see the red, so we're going to 200. Then we're going to slow it down to 30 maybe. See how fast it moves at 30, quite slow. Maybe even 50. So, and then we're going to move it back to 20 again. Now, if it goes blue like this, it means it's run out of frames to work with. So, you can either, to get rid of this, you can lengthen the clip like this, and then it's not, it will go, but then when you add a graph and stuff, it's going to be fine. But lengthening it is just a pain. So you're going to add Twixter. Loose graph if you want it fast, fast graph if you want it, you know, quite slow. I might actually change it to 300. And then change the graph this way. Like this or something. Maybe change this one to 300 as well. And then I like to think it's fairly smooth. Now yours might come out like laggy and quite like just not smooth at all, and it's probably because your clips, where you got your clips, is like recorded and not actually downloaded from the actual movie. So to get clips with the correct FPS and stuff, you should really go to Instagram. Like they do a lot of scene packs. You can find your favourite characters or just download the movie yourself. And yeah, so now that what I've done is I've literally just copied and pasted this clip and I just pasted it onto everything else, the Twixtor and everything. It just makes it so much easier. And then we can just crop everything, and then obviously we can adjust the Twixtor on each clip if we need to. So I'm just gonna re-crop everything. This is too in my face. So have a look at the first 3 scenes. I mean, that itself looks pretty smooth. So it's actually really simple and easy. Again, but if you just want it to like slow down and not speed up at the end, then you just use 2 keyframes. It's honestly like not that hard. But then what I suggest doing after you do the Twixtor, you should render it so you can add effects afterwards. Of course that's like completely up to you, but that's the way I prefer doing it. So I'm gonna render this and then I'm gonna re-record again and just show how I would do the effects and stuff like that. So that one's already done. Go pre-render it. So this one, his mouth just starts moving at the end and I don't want it like that, so I'm gonna copy and paste already so I have the, like, it pastes correctly. I want the movement to start where his hands are moving, so I'm just gonna move it back, paste everything onto it again. Let's just do quick, so I'm just gonna bring it back more. Really just make sure to add it when there's movement. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. So I'm just gonna render this. Oh, before I render, I'm gonna up the brightness and saturation just a bit, so... But yeah, hurry up. Oh no, you can do this with color corrector. Color corrector secondary, add it on top, and then I'm up the saturation a bit, and I'm also gonna up the gain? Yeah, it's gain. And I'm gonna add sharpen, and then that's it. And then what I'm actually gonna do is I'm also gonna topaz it. I'm gonna show my topaz like settings. So you can see if you add too much sharpen, it's way too much, so just add... If I go to a close-up one, just a little bit. There we go. I'm also gonna adjust the intro here. So it's all focusing on the main character or the main subject of the scene. The beginning I don't really care about, so I'm just gonna go this. And then... To be fair, this guy is the one talking, so... Or maybe this guy.
What's he takes?
Potions. But everyone knows it's the dark arts he fancies. He's been after Quirrell's job for years.
Oh, I also need to Twixtor this one. So this one's different because it's not the same length with everything else, so I'm just gonna go back to Twixtor. And I'm gonna slow it down and speed it up. Oh, it's glitched, you can see. 23, 3, 500. There we go. So you can see it's glitched. That's because I didn't. There was like one keyframe before. You only need one completely. Okay, put it on 200, I think. That'd be nice. Then slow it all the way down to 20 or 15. And then speed it up again at the end. There we go. Grab.
Job for years. Job for years. Job for years. Job for years. Job for years.
Yeah, that works. Okay, now I'm just gonna render everything. Hey, I have the video rendered. Now I'm just gonna add it to Topaz. And what I'm gonna do is that I actually don't have a GPU, which is not so good. So I'm gonna make the output. So this is the what we start off with. Then the output I'm gonna upscale it. Should I make it 4K? Because if I make it 4K right now, I'm probably just gonna lag a bunch. So I can either just upscale it a bit or just keep it the same. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm still getting used to this new version. Enhancement, here, progressive, fine tune, and then parameters we're gonna do manual. And then here, you can see I can control just all of this. And what you're gonna do is reduce the noise only a little bit, not by a lot, because the noise is also on the faces, and then if you just do max reduce noise, it's gonna make the faces look all mushed, which you've probably seen during like edits and stuff. It just doesn't look great. Then I'm gonna sharpen it, probably not quite a lot. Improve detail, invert compression. I'm not gonna max it out because I just want to see what it looks like for now, so I'm just gonna move across. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, I guess we're stuck like this now. I'll do it in compared to his face here. So I'm gonna press preview, and I'm just gonna wait for it to, well, preview itself. Okay, and now that I've added some settings, it's now rendered completely on the preview. Safe to say I think it looks a lot better comparing from this side to this side. Like, there's more smooth skin, but it's not like blotchy, and it's a lot more sharpened as well, and the background quality is a lot nicer. So I actually improved the detail and sharpen a lot more. But this is kind of like what you want, because afterwards I'm going to be adding effects, and then I'm going to run it through Topaz again. You can run it through Topaz once, but I think twice just makes it look better, so yeah. That's Topaz, and then I'm just going to export it now. And it can stop giving me that error, please. I'm gonna Topaz this. This is gonna take me a while, so yeah, thank you. Okay, so I've actually finished Topazing. And you saw the difference before, so now that I've done, it will automatically go here. Now I'm just gonna add it. It's not 4K at the moment, because I usually do it 4K afterwards, but you can immediately see like the difference between here and then here, like such a big difference. And I might take off the sharpen and color correction we added before. And I'm just going to place it where it needs to be. It's kind of cropped itself automatically, so I'm just going to crop it back where it needs to be. There we go. Go through the cracks here, on the markers. The next process is also fairly easy. It's a lot of copy and paste, really. Just copy it in one clip and then copy and paste again, unless they're different lengths, then you have to just do it different each time. What we'll be doing is some directional blur, but we're going to do blur direction, S-blur directional. You can also use BCC directional blur. I'll just use this. I'm going to make it go the angle 0, so it goes like this direction. And then I'm also going to up the brightness as well, so 1.5 like this. So I'm going to animate both. Now the brightness I'm going to make go all the way to the end, like this. And then the blur amount, probably not for very long. And I'm actually just going to do a fast fade. You can graph it as well, but that really just depends on you. Okay, might up the brightness a bit more. Maybe not. And then I'm going to animate the brightness. Animating the blur really depends on you. But you want to make sure the blur is seen at the beginning, so I'm going to do that. Yep, and then I'm gonna go blur my curves. And I'm gonna animate the brightness again, but we're gonna make it disappear at the end, so I'm gonna make it black out. Not completely, just by 2.2. So it blacks out at the end like that. I might actually make it disappear. Then we're just gonna graph it. There we go. And then, well, I might add zooms, but only on specific things, so I'm gonna copy this, and we're literally just gonna paste it throughout the entire thing again. And I just want to see how that looks. It's very basic right now. I might turn on the audio just because I want to know when I want to zoom in, and hearing the audio actually helps quite a lot. I think zooming on these clips would look quite good. So what I'm going to do is actually make a new track and drag the clips I want to zoom in above. Like this. And now blur my curves. You can just use the one you already have. We're going to keep the value as 1. And then put it to like 0.9 or 0.93 or 5 or something. So it zooms in a tiny bit. And then we're gonna graph that. Just literally a tiny bit. Because it's small values. And then I have way too many presets. And then we're gonna add another blur my curves. And zoom in on the end of the clip, so I'm going to zoom in to 0.94 or 0.9, like that. But we're going to reverse the graph, so it goes this way instead. And you want this graph to be fairly tight. There we go. And now I'm literally just going to copy it onto every single one. But then on this last one, I'm gonna just take off the zoom that zooms in on the end, so it just fades out. So it connects. And then on the end of this clip, I'm gonna bring this up and then add a zoom in on the end, so everything just kind of connects with each other. Like this. And then I'm gonna add a shake. It's a very small shake. Like a camera shake. So... small. Just gonna lower it and also zoom it in a bit. Okay, now I'm just gonna check. It's lagging now, finally. What I think I might do is actually tighten the zoom in graph a bit. Because it's zooming in a bit too quickly in my opinion. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. And then copy and paste it all again. Yeah, that's better. I think on this, I'm gonna start zooming out. So I'm gonna actually move these up here. And I'm gonna do a zoom out on these ones. So again, blur my curves. And we already have blur my curves on it, so I'm just gonna use the one we already have to zoom out. So 0.9, 1, zoom out to the end. Use the same graph. And then grab this and then point it into zoom 9.4 automatically. So 9.4 is the first keyframe, all the way out to 1. And zoom it out with a tight graph. Well, then copy and paste it onto all the others. So you can see this one doesn't need to zoom out. Okay, I'm gonna make this one zoom out at the end so it links with everything else. Okay, now I'm actually just gonna add some small effects, like there's these small beats in the middle of these clips. So I'm actually just gonna add black and white. It's like a cool effect. So at the very middle, and since the beats are like the same, I can easily just copy and paste this. But you know, you can't really copy and paste every single time, but I'm only copy and pasting because I can, you know? So I'm gonna bring it back all the way behind everything. Small graph. Then just copy and paste it onto everything. And then I want it to be on this as well, so I'm just gonna do the same thing. In the middle. All the way back. Then same here. And because this is just the zoom outs, I can copy and paste this one. There we go. Then we're gonna do this one. Go. And now we just pre-render this. Should look pretty good. Okay, what I think I might do is continue the zooms on this one. Honestly, I think the zoom ins look quite nice, in my opinion. Okay. A few final things. I'm just going to show you how to do the intro text in the beginning. So I've actually done this, which is just like go shake and then the transitions with the black and white stuff I showed. And now I'm going to do some text. So media generator, prototype titler. If you don't have prototype titler, go options, preferences, deprecated features, then turn on prototype titler. So I'm just going to add the default one. And then I'm gonna, because on the markers I wrote down what they're going to say, so it just makes it easier for me. Okay. That should probably have a capital. What, I'm actually very curious. What, Harry Potter house are you guys? If you're a fan of it. I'm currently in my phase. You can remind me. Okay, I'm just gonna reposition where I want it to be. Probably down here. Or maybe in the middle. Maybe in the middle. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is click this icon so it matches the event length, which is this. This is the event, so it matches the length. Font. Do I need a specific font? Don't know. I want like a creepy font. Maybe not that one. Oh, I can get the Harry Potter font actually. Okay, anyway. Change the font. Oh, wait, what was it called again? What was the font called? Harry... just Harry P? Okay. Harry Potter. Harry Potter is dead! Now's the time to declare yourself. Oh, I haven't got any music in the background. I'll just add music afterwards, I can't be bothered. Harry Potter. Right. Stop being distracted. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Huh? Are you okay? Okay. Can add the text. I'm just gonna make it bigger, maybe up the preview. That's better. Okay, so now I'm gonna make it appear, so I'm gonna go on the entire thing. So this just kind of switches between either like a word or a letter, like words or the entire line or the entire paragraph. So I'm gonna go layout, selection. I'm just gonna drag this back. I want it to appear by maybe character, yeah. There we go, all the way to 0. And then it kind of... I want it to be in sync with the actual character that's talking, so... Start saying head of Slytherin here, so this isn't in sync with the timeline, annoyingly. So it's like a completely separate window, but if you just try and pinpoint it, this is like halfway. So around here. I'm just gonna drag it. It will let me. Oh, that's Professor Snape. Go. And then head of Slytherin. Okay, this ends quite early, so I'm gonna drag this back a couple frames. Go. Okay, now fast fade it. Fast fade. Fast. Okay, please work. Thank you. There we go. It's appearing too early. Oh, okay, it wasn't appearing too early. So you really have to very, like, pinpoint it. Like this. There we go. And then I'm actually gonna make it, like, go outwards. You've probably seen it, it's like this tracking thing where it goes out like that. You can see the font. I'm gonna do that. You don't want it going out too much. 0.7, 0.4 maybe? Yeah, 0.4 looks like a good number, so 0.4. And you can see these little notches, those are basically frames, so I'm gonna go to the third frame and put it to 0.27. Maybe just 20. There we go. And then I'm also going to add a BCC wave. Probably on the entire track now that I think about it. So 700. And then I'm also just going to zoom it in. So I'm going to make it go like this, turn off the reflect, zoom it in to around here. There we go. I need my graph. Tools. Extensions. Cool. This. There we go. Yep, cool. And I'm actually, I think I might make it like a yellowy colour, kind of like I did before. Because I think I quite like using that colour, so... ECC Tritone. You like a golden colour. That looks cool. Then texture flux. Multiply. Green. Huh. Okay. Lower the frequency. Actually, I'll probably up the frequency. Like that. There we go. And then I'm also going to do drop shadow. Why is it that colour? Oh, right. Multiply. Go. There we go. Okay. Now that's sorted, and now drop shadow. I want it up a bit. Right, maybe. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm also just gonna add glow, which is Ignite Super Glow. Like, it's very good, so might as well use it. And what I might do is just... Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that yet. I was gonna lower the opacity of the clip to make the text glow look better, but we can sort that out with color correction. See, it looks pretty good right now, actually. Lower the threshold. Okay, so you want to put it on, like, best, so you know what it looks like on best, because it always looks different when it's on, like, quarter to best, so it looks pretty good on quarter. Yeah, look how it looks on quarter now. Cool. Okay, what's he teach? And now I'm literally just gonna copy and paste. Easiest bit of this entire thing. And I'll show you why I'm copy and pasting in a second. Okay, because when copy and pasting, you can match the event length each time of the animation. Only thing you have to mess around with is the text appearing, which is fine. What's he teach? So if you want to replace the text, you can't just like click it and then press backspace. You have to highlight the entire thing and then start typing. So what's... I can't type. What's he teach? Go. Because this is just one sentence without like a line underneath, I can just make it appear. Oh, okay. His voice starts over here. That's my bad. Okay, he's done by like before halfway, so we're gonna increase that. Oh, okay, yeah, I put it way too late. Always gotta double check these things. I may readjust where the text is. Probably over here. Like next to Harry's head. That makes more sense. And then this guy says potions. Gotta love copy and paste. Potions. Um. Yeah, I put the text way too late. Oops. Gonna reposition this again. No. But everyone knows it's the dark arts he fancies. I'm probably gonna know dark arts he fancies. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Everyone knows. Okay, dark arts. So I'm really trying to time it when he's speaking, so dark arts kind of starts around here. Yeah, there we go. Go. He's been after Quirrell's job for years. He's punctuation. He's been after Quirrell's job for years. Okay. Been after Quirrell's job for years. So that's a bit after halfway. Quirrell's job. For years. Oh, it was back here. Quirrell's job. Okay, let's speed this bit up. Oh, okay. Oh, I did get it right. I just wasn't timing it correctly. But Quirrell's job for years. Okay. Put it on half. I'll also show how I do my color correction in a second. Just gonna do this. You would also add RSMB on top. I'll cut to when this is done. Okay. Nearly done. Okay, there we go. See how this turned out. Let's see how it sounds with the audio up a bit more. Probably gonna sort out this bit with Quirrell's job for years. Job. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. So now that that's out the way, I'm also gonna add RSMB to it. Just on this track here. But then again, I could just add RSMB to the entire thing. Yeah, that sounds smarter. I don't actually have very good settings for this. Usually like 0.6. Make sure it goes on the motion tracking, because when the text is appearing, you can see the blur. Usually, yeah, you can see the blur happening, which is, you know, you need that. Okay, now we're actually just gonna add CC, so looks. Drag it to the track. Edit looks. Let's see. So really you should just like experiment with looks. Because even I don't really know the full extent of what these are, but I know what they do. Like I don't know the purpose of them, but I know what they do because I've, you know, experimented on them. So, pop, shadow highlights, exposure. Maybe even a lux can look nice. Gradient. Haze flare maybe. Shoulder. Okay. Let's turn the reflections off on this and turn the spillage down by a lot. Gradient. I wanted it to be... Okay, it's going black down this way, so I want it to be dark at the bottom. Like this. There we go. Then take the spot exposure at the top. And increase it at the top like that. Shadow. Bring down the shadows. The highlights. Pop. Like this. LUTs. See if there's any good ones. Blood bag, whoa, way too much. Blue Unity, what does this do? Okay, not entirely sure of that one. Dade. Very orange. Emlo. A lot. All is here. That's cool. Probably lower the strength of this one a bit. Can add duotone. Just add some different tones here and there. Like a lot of blue if you wanted to, or purples. But usually it's like, this is the usual kind of duotone people use. I'll use the default because it looks quite nice. See, this effect kind of makes everything darker. Don't need that one. Makes the life go out of it a bit. I quite like it like that. See how it is on everything else. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah, so that's how you would create your own CC for it. And then you can obviously save it like TikTok or YouTube short or just any edit really. TikTok. Try and find it. I have a lot of random things. TikTok. TikTok. Is it this one? Can't be. Did I call it TikTok? TikTok. TikTok. Okay. And now I'm literally going to render this and do the same topaz settings as I did before. So, thanks for watching and I hope you found this tutorial helpful.